Okay, cool. All right. Take two. Blessings, everyone. Thanks so much for being here. Today I want to talk about rebellion. Oftentimes, I find in my own experience that I'll schedule something like a self-care practice. I'll put it in my calendar, and then a couple days later, it'll pop up on my calendar, and I'll feel this rebellion against this thing that I scheduled, as if someone else scheduled it for me. And I think this is oftentimes a common experience, that we rebel against the boundaries and the borders and the structures that we put into place. I think oftentimes in our culture, we demonize that part of us that is resistant. But really, all parts of us simply have unmet needs. And generally, if there are parts of us that we feel shame or guilt or we don't like about ourselves, we also don't feel those experiences, those parts of us somatically. We don't go inside the body and sense, what is the feeling underneath? What is this part of me crying out for? I've often used the metaphor that our consciousness, our body, mind, and heart are like little toddlers that we're on a hike with, right? And the toddlers, they want to look at things and they want to touch things and get into things. And instead of getting angry with the toddler or, being disgruntled or impatient, we simply take that part of us by the hand and lead it back to the path. So this rebellious part of us also has an unmet need, right? It's like a child that acts out when its needs aren't met. So it is naughty in order to get attention, right? And it's the same with the different parts of us. We may not agree with how the different parts of us are acting, but there are still feelings and needs that are inarguable. In the same way that when you get in conflict with a loved one, you may not agree with how they're acting, but you can find compassion and empathy that they have a feeling and a need that is valid and inarguable, right? If I say to you, I'm sad, you can't tell me, no, you're not sad, right? If I say that I have a need for safety, you can't say, no, you don't have a need for safety. So it's the same with these different parts of us, these different aspects that are crying out for our attention. So I wanted to work with that today, especially because in my own process, trying to establish new mindfulness and new self-care practices to support my journey right now, there are times that I rebel, and I want to hold all the parts of myself and recognize that they have medicine to teach me. So, all right, well, let's begin by closing our eyes. Just bringing your awareness inside. As I speak about rebelling against yourself, just noticing what it brings up in you. Trying to track that sensation, that feeling, that emotion or thought inside your body. What does this moment feel like? What part of you are you trying to rebel against? What part of you is acting out because it wants to be acknowledged in its feelings and in its needs? And the journey to wholeness isn't about changing any particular part of you. It's about making yourself available again and again to the divinity that is in the current moment. To trust that whatever your experience is, even if it's resistance or lethargy, or anger, sadness, worry, fear, pain, struggle. All these aspects are still a medicine. Whether that medicine tastes bitter or that medicine tastes sweet, it is a medicine all the same. I'll say a little invocation here. Creator, we thank you for all the medicines that you allow us to carry. Thank you for showing us how to connect with these different parts of us. How to listen to the experience, the feelings, and the needs of the parts of us, whether we agree with them or not. Whether they feel like allies or enemies, may we realign and turn all aspects of us into a gift, into a medicine. Creator, thank you for allowing us to step into our power, to embrace these aspects of us, to trust in the feelings and the needs of our being, whether we're aware of them or not, and to continuously go to our own experience and to go into our body, to be present with our different parts, with our different aspects. Thank you, Creator, for allowing us to find curiosity about these different parts of us that are unknown, the parts of us that are previously judged as less than, parts of us that we desire to change. Creator, thank you for allowing us to go to those parts and to listen. For the highest love of all beings, thank you for sending all of our infinite upon infinite angels and guides to all moments of our being where we are disconnected from our experience or disconnected from the different aspects and parts of our being. Thank you for flooding all of those moments with love and grace, acceptance and compassion, so that we can truly love and honor the different parts of us with wonder, trusting in our experience as an extension of nature, an extension of the Creator, as an extension of the Mother. Thank you, Creator, for softening our expectation and our judgment, and instead making us available to the current moment, for the highest love of all beings. So it is. Aho matakoyasin. Amen. Nakeshin. Shabbat Shalom. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. So I welcome you now to say any prayers or even just speak the different parts of yourself. And then just checking into your physical experience now. Check into the body. After naming these different parts, or at least attempting to establish contact, just see how it feels in your visceral experience, in your physical body right now. have any tensions or sensations? What part of the body is it in? Does it have a color? Does it have a shape? What is the texture of this feeling? Is it moving or is it still? Does it have edges? Just stay with it. And I welcome you to stay inside this meditation, inside your physical body, re-holding yourself, giving permission for the parts to be there, for those parts to be seen, for those parts to be heard, for these parts to be acknowledged, for these parts to be accepted. Wherever you're at on your journey, I invite you to continuously come back to your somatic experience, continuously come back to the body. As you reclaim your sovereignty and your holiness. Thank you all so very much. Many blessings. I'll see you tomorrow.